Today's episode is brought to you by GetSkinnyOnline.com, your source of medically guided GLP-1 weight loss services online. You'll find popular peptides like semaglutide and tirzepatide in injectable, liquid, and pill forms to make your weight loss journey easy. Go to GetSkinnyOnline.com or check the show notes for the link. Now, here's your hosts.
If you've opened social media any time in the last few months, you've seen it. Someone in a dim bedroom with a strip of tape over their mouth, a magnesium powder in a fancy glass, a red light bulb, and a sleep tracker showing a graph that looks like a stock chart. It's called Sleepmaxxing, and it is everywhere.
It really is. There are over 125 million posts tagged with it. And look, at the heart of this trend is something good. People are finally taking sleep seriously as a pillar of health. That's a win.
Totally. But here's why we wanted to do this episode for our over 40 crowd specifically. A lot of these hacks were designed by and for 25-year-olds chasing a perfect sleep score, and sleep after 40 is a completely different animal.
It really is different, and I don't think people are told that. So let's start there. Why does sleep change so much once we hit our 40s?
A few things happen. First, just with normal aging, our sleep architecture shifts. That's the technical term for the stages of sleep we cycle through. As we get older, we get less deep sleep, the really restorative kind, and we wake up more easily during the night.
So it's not your imagination. You genuinely are a lighter sleeper than you were at 30.
Right. And then for women, perimenopause throws a whole extra layer on top. This is the transition leading up to menopause, and it usually starts in the early to mid-40s. More than 40% of perimenopausal women report sleep problems.
And there's real biology behind that. Progesterone, which has a natural calming, sleep-promoting effect, is often the first hormone to decline. So the thing that used to help you drift off is fading. Then estrogen starts fluctuating, which messes with your body's temperature control. And that's where night sweats and hot flashes come from, waking you up drenched at 2 in the morning.
And there's a cortisol piece too. Lower estrogen can coincide with elevated cortisol, your stress hormone, which puts your body in a kind of wired, hyper-alert state right when you're trying to wind down. It's a frustrating cycle.
Now, I want to make sure the guys don't tune out here, because this is not just a women's issue. Men over 40 lose deep sleep too, and the risk of sleep apnea climbs for everyone as we age, especially if we're carrying extra weight in midlife.
That's a really important point, and we'll come back to it. So let's talk about what actually works, because the good news is the evidence-based stuff is simple and cheap.
The tools with the strongest science behind them are almost boring. A consistent sleep and wake schedule, a cool, dark bedroom, managing bright light and screens in the evening, and for some people, magnesium can genuinely help.
Let's linger on magnesium, because it's all over these videos. There's credible evidence it supports sleep, particularly for people with a mild deficiency, which is actually pretty common. The glycinate form is well tolerated and absorbs reasonably well.
But it's a support, not a miracle. And more is not better. Loading up on any supplement can backfire, so keep it reasonable and talk to your doctor, especially if you're on other medications.
And temperature is one of the highest impact things most people ignore. A cooler room helps everyone, and it's especially helpful with night sweats. Sometimes the fix is as simple as turning the thermostat down and using breathable bedding.
Okay, let's bust some myths, because this trend has some doozies.
Myth number 1, and this is the big one. The idea that
Quick reminder that today's episode is brought to you by GetSkinnyOnline.com, your source of medically guided GLP-1 weight loss services online. You'll find popular peptides like semaglutide and tirzepatide in injectable, liquid, and pill forms to make your weight loss journey easy. Go to GetSkinnyOnline.com or check the show notes for the link. Now, back to the show.
better sleep score means better sleep.
This is where it gets a little dark. There's actually a name for the downside now. It's called orthosomnia, and it describes the anxiety people develop from obsessing over their sleep tracker data. You wake up, see a 72%, decide you slept terribly, and feel exhausted all day, even if you actually slept fine.
The tracker becomes the problem. And here's the kicker. The consumer-grade trackers can't reliably tell deep sleep from light sleep anyway, so you're getting anxious over a number that isn't even that accurate.
So the smarter move? Look at your 7-day average to spot trends. Stop opening the app first thing every morning. It's not a daily report card.
Myth number 2, mouth taping. This one worries me because it's so popular and it carries real risk.
Yeah, this is the one to be careful with, especially for our audience. The idea is that taping your mouth forces nasal breathing, but there's limited scientific evidence it works, and for anyone with undiagnosed sleep apnea, it can be genuinely dangerous. Doctors have even reported cases of people aspirating into their lungs.
And remember what we said. Sleep apnea risk goes up after 40, so the exact group most likely to have undiagnosed apnea is being told to tape their mouths shut. If you snore, wake up gasping, or feel exhausted no matter how long you sleep, please don't tape. Go talk to a doctor.
Which brings up a bigger point about weight and sleep, and it's a good moment to mention our sponsor. Sleep and weight are deeply connected. Poor sleep drives cravings, and extra weight in midlife worsens sleep apnea. It's a loop.
So if weight is part of your sleep picture, addressing it in a guided medical way can help both. Our sponsor, Get Skinny Online, is a telehealth provider offering medically guided weight loss, so you're supported by professionals rather than going it alone. You can learn more at getskinnyonline.com.
And of course, this is educational, not medical advice. Sleep issues after 40 can have real medical causes: apnea, thyroid problems, hormonal shifts. So please talk to your doctor before starting supplements, and definitely before trying anything like mouth taping, especially if you have any health conditions.
One more evidence-based tool worth naming for anyone with real ongoing insomnia. It's called CBTI, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Insomnia. It's a structured program, and it's one of the most effective non-medication treatments there is, especially for women in the menopause transition. Worth asking your doctor about.
So let's land the plane. 3 key takeaways.
1. Sleep genuinely changes after 40. Less deep sleep, more awakenings, and for women, perimenopause adds night sweats and hormonal disruption. It's biology, not a personal failing.
2. The boring basics win. Consistent schedule, cool dark room, smart light management. Those beat any gadget.
3. Watch out for the traps. Chasing a perfect sleep score can create anxiety that wrecks your sleep, and mouth taping can be risky if you might have sleep apnea.
And your one action step for this week: pick a single wake-up time and keep it every day, including weekends. A consistent wake time is one of the most powerful, most underrated sleep tools there is, and it costs you nothing.
If this reframed Sleepmaxxing for you, share it with a friend who's tracking every minute of their sleep and stressing about it. They might need to hear the orthosomnia part.
And tell us in the comments, what's your worst midlife sleep struggle? The 3 a.m. wake-up? The night sweats? We read them, and it helps us make better episodes. If this show is useful to you, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Sleep well, take it easy on yourself, and remember, better sleep beats perfect sleep every time. See you next episode.
Thanks for listening. Today's episode was brought to you by GetSkinnyOnline.com, your source for medically guided GLP-1 weight loss services. They have popular peptides like semaglutide and tirzepatide in injectable, liquid, and pill forms to make your weight loss journey easy. Go to GetSkinnyOnline.com or check the show notes for the link. See you next time.